Now we have to calculate the mean, variance and standard deviation. That means we have to calculate the average rate of return and risk of both market portfolio and stock A. And when we calculate the risk in respect of the market portfolio and in respect of the stock A, we have to calculate the risk both in terms of the variance and in terms of the standard deviation. Now here the summation of the return of stock A for these 6 years comes to 38%, and summation of the return of the market portfolio for the concerned 6 years comes to 34.5. Now here the mean, that means the average return for the market portfolio, that means RM bar is equal to summation of RM by N, which comes to 34.5 divided by 6 equal to 5.75%, and in respect of stock A, the average return, which is to be denoted as RA bar, is equal to summation of RA by N. Here result of the summation of RA comes to 38, and here number of year is 6. So average return in respect of security A comes to 6.33%. Now the variance in respect of the market portfolio is to be denoted as V suffix m, that means variance of the market portfolio is equal to summation of Rm minus Rm bar whole square divided by N. Here summation of Rm minus Rm bar square was Rm minus Rm bar square was 240.86. Rm minus Rm bar was the mean deviation in respect of the return on the market portfolio. Since this is the risk, mean deviation in respect of the return of the market portfolio, which is calculated as Rm minus Rm bar, define the deviation in respect of the return on the market portfolio from its mean. But this deviation, if we add this deviation for these 6 years, the result may mislead us, because some of the deviation are give the positive result, some of the deviation are give negative result. Here for nullifying the negative effect, that means nullifying the effect of the negative deviation, we have to square off Rm minus Rm bar, then we get the result for the 6 years as 5.06, 39.06 and so on, and addition of summation of Rm minus Rm bar square comes to 240.86. Now this is the addition, that means this is the total deviation square for 6 years. Now in the average terms, what is the deviation square for 1 year? In average term means what is the deviation? What is the deviation square? That means what is the variance in respect of 1 year? And we can calculate it by applying the formula summation of Rm minus Rm bar whole square divided by N. So in the average terms, it comes to 40.14%. 40.14%. That means variance of market portfolio comes to 40.14%. Similarly, variance of the return of the stock A can be calculated by applying formula summation of Ra minus Ra bar whole square by N. Here summation of result of summation of Ra minus Ra bar square comes to 497.33. This is the total of the mean deviation square for the 6 years. Now in the average term, it will comes to 497.33 divided by N. That means 497.33 divided by 6, and this is called variance of security A in respect of the return of security A, and it comes to 82.89%. Now then we have to calculate this is also risk, but this risk is measured in terms of the variance. Now from the variance we have to calculate the standard deviation, and standard deviation is nothing but the root of the variance. And here in respect of the market portfolio, since the variance is 40.14, the standard deviation of the market return is root over Vm, and it comes to root over 40.14, that means 6.34%. Similarly, in respect of the return of the stock A, the standard deviation comes to sigma A, which is equal to root variance of security A equal to root 82.89, and it comes to 9.10%. Now, this is the individual mean, individual risk, both in respect of market portfolio and stock A. That means here the average return of the market portfolio is 5.75%, average return of stock A is 6.33%, variance for market portfolio is 40.14%, variance of stock A is 82.89%, risk in respect of, which is measured in terms of standard deviation, for market portfolio comes to 6.34%, and for stock A it comes to 9.10%. So in regarding both in respect of the average return and for in respect of the risk, security A provide the higher result as compared to security B, and here risk and return are in direct relation, where the return is high, risk is also high. Here the average return in respect of stock A is more than average return in respect of the market portfolio. Similarly, risk of security A is higher as compared to the risk of the market portfolio. So here risk and return are in a direct relation, where the return is high, risk is also high there. Now we have to calculate the combination of both the market portfolio and stock of security A. Combination means if we jointly hold the market portfolio and stock of security A, then what will be the combination? First we have to calculate the covariance. Covariance means the joint deviation in respect of both the return of security A and return of the market portfolio. Now the covariance is to be calculated by applying formula summation of Rm minus Rm bar minus Ra minus Ra bar divided by n. Here summation of Rm minus Rm bar into Ra minus Ra bar is nothing but the combination of the deviation both in respect of the return of the market portfolio and return of the stock of security A for 6 years, and here the result was 289.50. I repeat again, here Ra minus Ra bar into Rm minus Rm bar is the combination of the mean deviation in respect of both return on security A and the return of the market portfolio, and combination of this mean deviation for all these 6 years comes to 289.50. Now in average terms, this deviation comes to summation of Rm minus Rm bar into Ra minus Ra bar divided by n. That means 289.50 divided by 6, it comes to 48.25%. This is the covariance in respect of market portfolio, return of market portfolio and return on security A. Then we have to calculate correlation coefficient in respect of market portfolio, return on the market portfolio and return on stock A. Now correlation coefficient is measured by applying formula R suffix ma equal to covariance of market portfolio and return of stock A divided by sigma m into sigma A. Here we know that correlation coefficient, this is the risk which is measured in terms of absolute term. Here if we hold both the market portfolio and the security A, then there is a risk of 48.25%. This is the absolute measure for calculation of the risk, and whenever we apply correlation coefficient, that provides result in relative term, that means in proportion. Here if we hold market portfolio and stock A individually, then there will be the total risk of sigma m into sigma A, which comes to 6.34 into 9.10, that is 57.69. This is the total risk if we hold market portfolio and stock A individually. But if we combine these two, then there will be the risk of 48.25. That means covariance is 48.25. So the proportion of these two, that means holding both security A and market portfolio and holding both security A and market portfolio together, and the total risk whenever we hold the market portfolio and stock A separately, then that proportion is called correlation coefficient, which comes to 48.25 divided by 57.69, it comes to 0.8363. What does it mean? It means that market return, return on the market portfolio and return on the stock A are positively correlated. That means if there is a changes in the return of the market portfolio by 1%, then there will be changes in the return of stock A by 0.8363%. So there is a there is a positive correlation between the return of the market portfolio and return of stock A. We can say that return of stock A and the return on the market portfolio, that means stock A and market portfolio, are positively correlated, but they are not perfectly positively correlated, because result of RMA comes to 0.8363, which define that if market return changed by 1%, the return of stock A will change by 0.8363%.